Yo, what's up, everybody? So, I went up to work this morning, started to do all my side work. I got my uniform on, got all ready, and we realized that there was an extra server on. And so the manager checked the schedule, and turns out I wasn't on the schedule. So, impromptu day off, which is exciting. I mean, I'm working this evening, so I don't have tons of time, but I'm never going to complain. We've been working so much, I just been making it a habit to get to work every morning. But I am down at an area called Warm Springs, which is a really cool spot in Ketchum. It's where all the locals like to go ski. But I'm getting past the area where there's plowing. They do a little plowing out here, but it's going to be sketching this little Volkswagen Rabbit, so I want to show y'all. All right, you see these roads are not quite the same as the roads through town, but I'm gonna take you along for the journey. Let me grab my tripod and let's see how far back here we can get. If I get stuck, well, I get stuck. I've got a shovel, I got things to get out, so we'll see how it goes. All right, beautiful. All right, I guess I'm just gonna hold this and we'll drive. We will drive. I mean, my car does pretty dang well in the snow. I'm really surprised. Volkswagen, I really like Volkswagen. I mean, just check it out. We're back in a big mountainous area. Mountains all around. I mean, the whole town's in a mountain area, but you get what I'm saying, right? It's more desolate back here. More desolate. And just wanted to go do a little exploring. I'm super stoked today, and most days, because I'm alive. It's a blessing. But I mean, just look at this beauty. Whoops. Got a guy. Let me see if I can just throw this. Oh man, it's so pretty out here. Could you imagine living out here? There's definitely some houses back here, so I know they keep the road decent, but I'll come to a point where the road is not decent, I'm sure, and then we will turn around. There's a hot spring back here as well, which I would go jump in, but I don't have a towel. Yeah. All right, this little car made it. That's a Subaru though, so he's probably got all-wheel drive. But if you'll notice, it doesn't want to focus, but these trees over here were all burned. There was a big fire back here called the Castle Rock Fire years ago. You could Google it if you'd like. It got really close to the town. It was a massive fire. I wasn't out here at the time, but I heard people would just go up to the top of other mountains and like watch it. And what's cool with the burn, once an area burns like this, it creates a great ski spot, but it also is high avalanche danger. So this is like the backside of the mountain that I snowboard on, or kind of the side, and people do ski down it, but it's out of bounds. And so once you get out of bounds, you're on your own. Ski patrol, they will come save you, but it's not their job to at that point, because you went out of bounds. Well, look at doggy. Some of these houses are so cool back here. Let's zoom out. I mean, just look. I would love living back here. Wouldn't that be so cool? We got a car coming behind me. A lot of people out here just are living their everyday life, and I'm out here going slow, exploring, enjoying the scenery. So I'll try not to be too annoying. I got a Georgia plate tag on, so maybe they'll be understanding. I have come back here before in the winter and in the summer. Look at that. That's a monster log cabin. Got another one. Got all the kayaks out. Something about a log cabin. They're just beautiful. Just especially when they're covered with snow. There's a good bit of houses back here, so I feel like our driving is going to be all right for now. I do remember coming back here one year, and there was an avalanche that had slid across the road on up here just a little bit, and they had dug through it, and it had like, I want to say 15-foot walls of snow on each side. So I don't know if we'll get to see anything like that, but maybe. What would you do if you lived out in a place like this, or if you were working out in a place like this? Would you get out and explore, or would you be scared to get stuck? Or would you ski? Would you snowboard every day? There's so much you can do. In the previous winters I've lived out here, it was years and years ago, I was snowboarding just every day. I worked nights only, and I would snowboard every day, all day. And I would get about 100 days of snowboarding on the mountain. That's how you become a good snowboarder. Just go every day. These roads are pretty good right now. We will definitely do a lot more exploring back here. Pavement ends. I just don't want to get to a spot where I get too stuck. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying, y'all? All right. So yeah, in previous years I would just snowboard every day. I didn't have a car living out here in the past. Now with a car and being a little older, not wanting to get hurt, I just have much more of a desire to explore. Plus, the previous years I was out here, I was drinking heavily, doing drugs, all that stuff, you know. And when you do that, I was still snowboarding a lot, but I don't know, you're not as adventurous, that's for sure. It's easy to be drunk and go snowboarding, believe it or not. I mean, it's not easy, but a lot easier than like being drunk and trying to explore out in the wilderness where your car might get stuck and you got to go shovel some snow. And I'm surprised just how well it's working, or how well we were able to cruise back here. I mean, we're getting back there, y'all. This road actually goes way, way up into the mountains. Flip it around. Yeah, this road goes way. You can take this road, I've heard, all the way to Boise, which not this time of year, but in the summertime it's a gravel road. You can take it all the way to Boise. Oh, you can see there was an avalanche there. See all the fallen rock, or I mean fallen trees. Yeah, the road's definitely getting a little more thick with snow. I've already been recording 8 minutes. It's gotta be pretty boring. I'm just making videos and posting them. I don't know how to edit. I mean, I can like cut the video and put it together, but I'm just making raw videos. You can see we had another avalanche right here. I mean, look at all the downed trees. So definitely avalanche danger back here. We're about to come cross over the creek, and I'm gonna turn around soon because I don't have that much time. See the creek over there? Nice. Yeah, the snow is getting thicker, I can tell for sure by the way the tires sound. So far, so good. I just don't want to get to a spot where it's so narrow and hard to turn around. I did say we're gonna go as far as we can though, huh? it's beautiful, white, covered white. Snow-covered trees and mountains. Nothing beats it. Nothing beats it. Unless you like the beach, then of course, this looks horrible to you, I imagine. But honestly, something about being in a like winter town like this, the winter's not near as bad as spending a winter in Georgia. Like the winter in Georgia is really, you know, a wet cold and rainy. There's no snow on the ground hardly. So, and you're just not prepared for it like people are out here, you know. Every restaurant you go in has a fireplace roaring. Every home has heat. I mean, obviously Georgia does too, but they've got plows out here that start as soon as the snow starts falling. The snow plows are out and they're plowing the roads. And the snow is just grippy. It's grippy. You know, when we get an inch of snow in Georgia, it turns into ice and it becomes, look at that house. It becomes hard to near impossible to drive on because it's ice. And here, you know, when it snows, it's grippy snow. Obviously, I've got no chains on my tires right now and I'm just driving on top of snow in a little 2-door Volkswagen Rabbit. Man, look at that house. What a cool place to be. Alright, I definitely think it's getting sketchier though. Even more. There's a turnout right there. I might. We'll keep going just a little. If I can make it to the hot springs, then I mean, I'm gonna have to go jump in them. I didn't bring a bathing suit or anything or a towel, but I'm sure I could find something to dry off with. I'm sure. I have some rags in the back. I'll dry off with rags. And I'll go jump in with my underwear. Yo, look at that. Winter Wonderland. You know what? We driving pretty good back here, y'all. Alright. Got a 12-minute video. It's boring. I bet people watch about 1 minute and then cut it off. But there will be somebody. There will be one of you who is listening to this. And to you, I thank you. It's like, you know, a lot of things in life. Well, I've learned this lesson recently, and I wish I had learned it when I was younger, but hey, all things happen in due time. But yeah, I used to always try to have everything perfect before doing anything, right? So I would make videos and never post them because they just weren't perfect or I didn't know how to edit. And now I'm just like, you gotta just start doing it. Because if you sit around waiting for it to be perfect, it's never going to be, first of all. And second of all, you don't have that motivation to get better. Like now that I'm posting videos, I'm like, all right, it's motivating me even more to learn how to edit. It's also taken away the fear of posting. Like, I'm sure a lot of people can understand this, but it's a little bit fearful, you know, when you start posting videos. You're like, what are people gonna think? Is anybody gonna watch it? You read other comments on other videos, and they're like, oh man, people are mean, talk crap, but at the same time, it's like, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? So I am so glad I just started posting some shorts on YouTube, and if that's something you wanted to do, just do it, man. You can make shorts in your YouTube app. You just open your YouTube app on the home page, look at the bottom in the center of the screen, and there's a little plus button. Tap that plus button and it'll say create short, and just start messing around with it. And that's what I started doing, and I kid you not, like after a couple of weeks of doing that, all the fear of posting was gone. no more fear. So then I was just posting shorts, and I'm like, well, the shorts don't count towards anything on YouTube. Like, they don't care about the watch time of shorts. As far as becoming monetized with YouTube, if you wanted to like make it a career, so your shorts can get you subscribers, but they can't get you watch time. So then I was like, all right, well, I gotta start posting actual real videos. And I'm like, man, I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to do anything cinematic, really, besides hold my camera and talk. So I had fear, but I just posted one. Next thing you know, I post another, and I'm like, they're not getting many views, but I'm not scared to post them now. It doesn't, because in the scheme of things, like, nobody really cares except you. You're your own worst enemy many times. So I encourage you, if that's something you want to do, get out and post what you're doing. I think it can make a positive influence on the world, because I used to believe that the internet technology was all going to be used for control, and it would all be used for evil, and it has a possibility for that to be the case, absolutely, but that's not the mindset to have. Like, I didn't post on social media for probably 6 years, and all this is pretty recent to me, like starting to post stuff, and my mind shifted. Instead of looking at it like, oh, it's all bad, it's all going to lead to the control of humanity, which again, it has the potential to, but it's up to us to keep that from happening. The more good people that are out there posting videos, spreading goodness and showing people a better way to live, like, the more we turn the tide towards technology being something used for good, which, I mean, it already has been used for good with so many things, but I just was fearful of the potential of technology. But no, I have no fear now. It is what we make it. And we're getting back here, y'all. We're getting close to the hot springs, really. And if I make it to the hot springs, I'm gonna have to go jump in. All right. I'm surprised. It snowed this morning, and it snowed the last couple. I mean, it's been snowing a good bit. They must be plowing these roads. An interesting fact, Tony Robbins has a house back here. I've heard. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, or like if that's considered doxing. I'm not trying to dox anybody, but I don't think many of y'all are going to be coming back here. But yeah, Tony Robbins. And I know a lot of people don't like him, but back when I started this journey, like on the truther movement and bettering my life, Tony Robbins definitely had some powerful messages that did help, but they didn't, they weren't the ultimate truth. The ultimate truth is Jesus, and it took a long time before I realized that. A long time, man. I used to curse his name. I used to hate God, but I was just confused. There's so much out there in the world, so much information, so many beliefs and whatnot. It's easy to get confused, but I'm telling you, Jesus is the ultimate way. He is the light. He's the way, the truth, and the life. Something like that. I'm still learning. I just started reading my Bible like 2 weeks ago. So I got a lot to learn. I definitely want to use this channel to spread the message of Jesus And I know that the first thing Jesus preached on was repenting. And repenting is, accepting your sins and asking for forgiveness. So that is the ultimate way to freedom. For real though, it's the ultimate way to freedom. I'm gonna make a video on that. Like, I was so misled on what freedom was. Ooh, we getting back here. You see snow on both sides? It's definitely getting harder to drive. Woo! So cool. Yeah, this has definitely been an avalanche. You see all the snow piled up on both sides of the road. I hope that wasn't the last turnout I missed. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna make it to the hot springs or not. This old little car, she does wonders. I'm gonna mob it back though. Like, we'll rally. We'll rally when I drive back. I'm just kind of taking it easy, going slow now. But we'll rally. Oh yeah, a bunch of avalanches back here. That's why that snow's so high. And then they push it off the road. It's a 21-minute video now. So yeah, the thing with Jesus though, like, and the thing with following God is it's not the easy path. That's for sure. The path I was on was the easy path. I mean, it was the painful path too, though. That's the thing. It's like, it was the easy path in a sense, but also one of the hardest paths you can go on, living in darkness, thinking you can do whatever you want in life. As far as, like, there's no consequences for drinking, doing drugs, being a liar. Oh yeah, there's consequences big time. But that's an easy life. I mean, in the sense of, it's easy to just go to the store and pick up a bottle of alcohol and start drinking to drink away your sorrows, but it leads to such a hard life, right? Where Jesus, it's hard to die to your flesh every day. It's hard to repent, to accept some of the sins that you've done, to accept that you've hurt other people and you've hurt yourself and you've let God down so many times. That's hard. It's hard for a lot of people to do. That's why a lot never will. That's why a lot of people hate Jesus, because the conviction that he brings. But it's so much a better life because you have joy, right? Before, when I was living in darkness, I was finding happiness, right? You can find happiness in the world, no problem. But happiness is fleeting, so you're always going to be chasing happiness. Where joy, it's everlasting. As long as you are following the Word of God, repenting daily, and dying to the flesh, man. We got our snow plows right here. I hope that doesn't mean I shouldn't be going past this. Nah. They just clearing a path out. Oh yeah, the snow's definitely thicker back here, but we're cruising. At least there's no big hills or anything back here. Crony Cove. This is it. We're almost to the hot springs, y'all. And this is where Tony Robbins' house is. So I've been told. I'm not trying to... Over there. Oh yeah, we got some people up at the hot springs. Oh yeah. Let's just pull in and go for a walk. Check it out. We made it. Well, because I don't have a bathing suit and there's a lot of people here, I'm not gonna go jump in them. I will come back with the bathing suit one day soon, y'all. I promise you that. But let's go take a look at some hot springs.